Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm Krakenfall, and I just got back from getting a Christmas tree. It's the day after Thanksgiving, the time of recording, and yeah, it's pouring down rain.
When your sister-in-law is crazy about getting a Christmas tree the day after Thanksgiving, and you live in Washington.
So I got home, took a shower, built a fire, and had some soup. So I hope you're as cozy as I am right now. If you're not, get cozy. Strap in, because I'd like to update you on the channel. First things first. We hit 30,000 subs! It's crazy. I honestly don't know what to think of it. I was looking at the total views, and I have over 3.4 million views. 30,000 subs, over 12 million impressions. I don't actually know if there are more than that now because that was an old number. Impressions are how many people see your thumbnails, so trying to understand those numbers are like touching a hot stove for me. I can't fathom it, so thank you. I'm actually a pretty antisocial person. I'm not the kind of person at a party to jump up and go meet new people and make friends. Although if you get me talking about video games, you know, I can get pretty animated, which you all have seen. So in celebration of 30,000 subs, I wanted to do a Q&A video to share a little bit more about myself with you all. So let's do that. I've got some new gear. This is my new microphone. It's got a little hair. Hopefully I don't clip the mic too much because I tried to record this video once and the audio was unusable. So let's get started. How are you? I'm tired. I'm always tired. I don't know. I'm learning more and more about myself every day, and the amount of effort I put into things is too damn high. I don't know. I think it's reasonable to say that I work hard. I try not to compliment myself too much, and so it's weird for me to say that. I took a hiatus in order to push out a huge project at work. It was successful, and that was awesome, but I ended up working like over 50 hours overtime and doing a lot of coordination, a lot of like communication, leadership crap. It's not crap, but you know what I mean. Stuff that kind of burns me out. So I was pretty dangerously close to burnout in October, early November, but it went off without a hitch and everything's good. I stupidly came back from hiatus on the channel and streamed for 7.5 hours because I had a day off, and I kind of was deceased after that for like a week. I was so tired. I had a huge general fatigue. I slept all that weekend, kind of had to pull back on a lot of what I planned to do because I was able to take some time off. I had planned to work on the channel the whole time, but that is unfortunately work. And so I went and worked a bunch, and then I was like, you know what I'll do to recover? I'll work a bunch more. So that didn't happen, but I'm slowly recovering. I think I'm pretty much there, but I'm good. Thanks for asking. What is your greatest fear and how can I most effectively exploit it? Matt. I don't know. Probably the fear of not being good at anything. I haven't really thought about that. I mean, there's plenty I'm afraid of. That's probably a question for therapy. I mean, I have like reasonable fears of like hot stoves and carnivorous sharks and, you know, poisonous snakes and spiders and all that. But if I can avoid it, I'm not gonna like freak out or anything. Event Horizon, that movie, is my greatest fear. So making me watch that's probably the best way. What is it like to handle your job and YouTube channel at the same time? How do you plan to continue with the channel alongside your job as a software dev and engineer? You're a software developer and an automation engineer. So why did you decide to start a YouTube channel instead of pursuing those fields? Wow. So I feel like I need to explain a little bit with my job. I used all my previous job titles for algorithm hacking, and I think it made a lot of people have preconceptions about what I do. And yeah, so I am a software developer. I used to be a software tester, but arguably a software developer should also be a good software tester. Yeah, I work on enhancing the process of software development. So using computers most efficiently in order to produce the highest quality software. And that includes all the people parts, like all the soft operations and then all of the technical operations. Turns out you can automate a lot of that. So I am a software developer that automates things and works to help development teams talk more, if that makes sense. It's called DevOps. There are a bunch of like culture changes and like operational efficiencies that I'm like really pushing for, and like modernization at my job that goals, I guess, really high level goals that I'm trying to reach. And so I don't plan on quitting my job. So I do plan on doing YouTube and my job, full-time job at the same time. It is definitely hard to do both. And I'm learning as I go. I at my core am a person that really loves to learn new things and loves to explore like what I'm capable of. That makes it sound all positive and like easy, but I don't know. So there's a drive, I guess. I don't know. I want to create. I want to make things. I want to produce things that came about only because of my effort. Like the reason I started YouTube is because of that, that drive or that creative need. But then I also have like a need to relax. I'm the kind of person that I stress out. Let's just say that. I kind of am always stressed. I always have stuff at work, stuff that I'm trying to do. I feel like I'm pushing and pushing and pushing. And then my personality is just it's the kind of personality that accumulates stress, if you know what I mean. I'm still trying to figure out why. I don't really know. I have a lot of theories, and maybe I'll talk about that someday. But the YouTube channel was kind of a solution to that. Like if I can focus on relaxing, which I do through video games, and just a lot of my interests, I have historically needed a lot of time to relax and relieve stress. And so I was like, well, how can I create? How can I learn? And how can I make stuff at the same time as relaxing? Because if I just relax doing what I normally do, which is just play video games and watch anime and do all the like consuming of stuff, consuming of my interests, then I'll never make anything. So I wanted to do both. I wanted to have my cake and eat it too. So the channel was an idea for trying to do that. If I can play games on stream and have people relax, like that's one thing I really, really enjoy. I love video games so much, and having people to share it with is really cool. So I feel like I haven't really said it enough, but thank you thank you for watching and hanging out and subscribing and having fun and relaxing with me. To finish answering the question though, how am I going to balance everything? Like I am still figuring that out. I've learned so much about like a video editing process and like what causes edits to take longer. I can tell you right now, 5-hour streams don't make the Let's Play episodes any faster. In fact, it makes them really long and hard to edit, which is why the Satisfactory episodes haven't been coming out as fast as I want them to. But yeah, I'm making things more efficient. I have some scripts to automate my process. I have plugins and shortcuts, macros and stuff like that I'm constantly looking for better ways to edit. There's plenty of ways to balance it, and I think the biggest thing that I learned was that I need to slow down and not just spend every waking hour working on YouTube stuff when I'm not working. Yeah. So I think I'm settling into an upload schedule, 2 to 3 videos a week, and doing the reactions, which are fun and easier to edit than ever, thankfully. But yeah, I think I'm making it work. I'm ultimately hoping to get an editor at some point, but I'll save that for another question. I'm sure there's something in here. What got you into gaming? And what are your favorite genres of games to play, alone or with others? I got into gaming because, actually, it's such like a nostalgic story, I guess. I was like 4 or 5, maybe 6. It was summer, and I have 3 brothers and sisters. And my older brother and sister, they were always trying to dump me and my little sister off somewhere so they could go play with their older friends. And we had a neighbor whose name was Daniel. Fortunately, he's no longer with us. But he was gonna hang out with my brother and sister one day. And they're like, no, you can't come with us. And Daniel felt bad, and so he set me up with his Super Nintendo, and I just played
Super Mario World
all day while they went and played, and it was amazing. I freaking love that game. It's my favorite game in the world, and I don't like to pick favorites.
I was hooked from there. I mean, I played Donkey Kong Country. I don't remember exactly what else he had. I think he had some games I didn't really understand, like I think Metroid at the time. Yeah, I just mowed lawns, did a bunch of work for neighbors and stuff like that to get enough money to buy my first Super Nintendo from Funkoland, which is now GameStop. Yeah, I mean, I have always been a gamer since then. My dad's always been into computers, so I was able to get PC games from friends and the library, and it was all over from there. My favorite genres, that's a really hard question. I think I actually should say what genres I don't play, because that's easier. I mean, I like platformers, I like action, third-person action games, I like first-person games, I like first-person shooters or first-person indie games, explorers, walking simulators. Yeah, everything under the sun, except I think real-time strategy games, I'm pretty played out in the early 2000s. I just haven't been able to get into them ever since. So like no Sid Meier's, StarCraft. It was classic, but I can't really get into it. I think dungeon crawlers too, like roguelikes as well, like the kind of games that I feel like I'm wasting time. MMOs I have tried to get into forever because I see and hear about the fun times that friends have in guilds and raid groups and all that, and I want to enjoy that too, but it never works out. I always get in, I grind and spend 70, 80 hours trying to get a character up, and then that's like just the entrance fee. Since I'm not that social, I don't like asking friends to like be there, and so I would end up being, I can't play alone, let's just put it that way. I can't play MMOs alone. Yeah, maybe one day I'll get into MMOs, but absolutely playing with others is awesome. I do both. I play alone and with others. I have been adopted by several extroverts over my life, and so I definitely play regularly with them. And I have a lot of games in my backlog, too many actually, which is another reason why stream and the YouTube channel is great, because then I get to crack into that backlog and have a chance to play the games that I want to. What are some other games you might do videos on? Also Showcat. Let me go get him. Yeah. I picked him up when he was sleeping. I shouldn't have. He's like, I want to go sleep. He gone. Games that I want to play. I have a backlog. I can show it. I'm going to link it in the description for sure. I made a Trello board because I'm a software developer. Hi. Hi. Oh. Now he's sitting on my lap. He's just chilling. I want to play God of War, the first one, on PS4. I also want to play the new one, Ragnarok. Those games are a little bit long, so I might try and do an offline playthrough or stream them on YouTube or something. I'm still playing Satisfactory, and I don't plan to stop that until I get tired of it. There's no signs of that happening. Inscription, I've added to the list. Hydroneer, Journey. I would like to play Inside on the channel again. I want to play Subnautica again for like the 6th time, but I don't have a playthrough on the channel, so that'd be fun. Soma, I've got a couple VR games, Fisherman's Tale, Turnip Boy Does Tax Evasion, so there's a huge list. I'm basically only constrained by the types of games I can actually feasibly complete on stream or, edit. I haven't cracked the short form video, people like Jacksepticeye will do, where they don't actually do a full playthrough, they'll just kind of play a game for a little while. Yeah, maybe I'll do that eventually for the longer games. I never know what to cut out and what to leave in, and so it's like, okay, what's the point of the video? Is it for people to like watch the game or watch me play or just to chill out? So what should I keep? What should I cut? It's a tough process that I'm getting better at every day, and so right now I'm keeping it to games that are shorter. What's your favorite treat, snack, tasty, sippy drink, and what do you do when you want a moment of perfect chill? Ooh, it's hard for me to pick favorites. I will say that I love coffee and I love tea. I drink loose leaf tea a lot. I got into it because of a coworker and friend. My favorites are Monk's Blend, Irish Breakfast, and Cream Earl Grey. Those are extremely delicious teas. I got into cold brew tea this year during the summer, and that is amazing. So you should try it. It's really good. Snacks? I don't know. I probably like salt and vinegar chips a little bit too much. I don't know, I'd have to think about it. I love the giant man. Me too. Are birds real? Probably. Actually, I do have a cool thing to share that happened this weekend. We have a bunch of birds in Washington State, and a hawk just swooped down on my fence with some prey. I think it was like a rat. It was huge. It was just tearing at it. It's so freaking cool. I love the nature in Washington. What's your opinion on cats, cheese, and space? Yes, yes, and maybe. I love space, but man, does it want to kill me. Does Bruno Mars is gay? Oh, totally. Absolutely. What made you start making videos? What's your inspiration? And how did you get to where you are now? Why'd you start the channel? Funnies? What was it? The eternal fear of being forgotten? When did you start your career as a YouTuber, and what video? My inspiration was a channel, I think, kind of remember it. It was like the beginning of pandemic, and everyone was freaking out about what was going to happen to the world. And and I was like, I need to relieve stress really bad, like stat. I was watching a lot of Gab Smolders, at the time Gamer Girl Gab. She is a indie game / horror, well, just like a game, like a streamer. And she does kind of what I have started to do, which is stream games and then upload the games as Let's Plays on YouTube, which saves a lot of time, recording time and all that. So that's like part of my process is modeled after her. And she's just extremely chill and relaxing and cozy. And I was like, this is awesome. I want to do that too with my type of games. I've always done little videos of like Destiny, art design, like environmental time lapses and stuff like that. I used to do like montages of like multiplayer plays, which are still up on the channel. So I don't actually know if I have a video I started with. I definitely have an oldest video. And then during the pandemic, I made a go of it, and I was doing it for like a year and a half before I made that raft short. That's when somebody told me to do a reaction to Let's Game It Out. You all probably know how that went. It's been a wild ride. I do want to say about the money. I have made some money. It's a pretty decent amount. It's not enough to pay rent or mortgage or anything like that. And it's not consistent. Right now, the plan is to use it for the channel and to improve the channel and make things faster. It's also not enough to hire an editor. That's the big goal right now for me, is to make enough money consistently enough that I can hire an editor and make videos, at least the regular videos, Let's Plays, indie game playthroughs, that kind of thing. I'd like those to be edited, and I'd like to put out more of them so I can play more games. Still gonna do the reactions, those are still fun. For now, what I've made, I'm just putting back into the channel. Anybody that's ever watched my stuff or donated or become a member or become a Twitch subscriber, thank you so much. I'm gonna put that money to good use. What games do Lady Kraken play, and how did you two meet? Lady Kraken isn't as much into video games as I am, which I guess isn't saying that much. She likes a lot of good games. Plays a lot of Stardew, and we've just beat Terraria together. Shit. Now that you're listening, I can't do it.
Look, I'm just mad that you left out Mass Effect.
And she likes Mass Effect. She's also a 90s kid, so she likes Super Mario 64, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. She played Harvest Moon. She played lots of PS2 games as well. Final Fantasy X, which leads us to how we met, which was in high school. We are high school sweethearts. It was sophomore year. We were both in track and cross country, and we were about to start the off-season track practice. I was sitting in the hall, and I overheard her talking with her friend about Auron from Final Fantasy X and how cool he was. And I was like, first of all, somebody else had played Final Fantasy X, much less a girl that played video games at the time, which I know there were a lot, but I didn't know that because, the internet wasn't as much of a thing then. Social media didn't exist yet. I have zero game, but I asked her, I was like, did you just say Auron from Final Fantasy X? And yeah, we hit it off from there. We spent the rest of the practice talking about video games and became friends, and the rest is history. So I'm extremely lucky. You've mostly focused on gameplay and progress in your videos, but what do you think has been the best video game music you've listened to? I'm actually planning a video about this. I don't know what the video is going to be like, but it's going to be about starting screens, like the best starting screens in games. I've also got another video that I'm working on about playing games that you found because you listened to the music first, which has happened to me a lot. And apparently that's kind of a unique experience. So I'm gonna make a video about that. But yeah, a lot of games with good music. I mean, the Final Fantasies are always really great. Final Fantasy X is amazing music. Video game music is amazing. I have whole channels in Spotify and YouTube that remix and make covers and stuff like that of video game music. Do you like pineapple on pizza? Yes. If it's Hawaiian style pizza, not really. I'm not opposed. I mean, if there's a good pizza with pineapple on it, I'll try it. Come on, no. Okay, bye. What's your favorite thing about content creation? I'd have to say right now, my favorite thing about content creation is something I've never had before, which is an audience. Not to get corny, but definitely, like I said before, not an extroverted person. So I don't really branch out. You know, I keep myself on mute when I'm playing online games. I have to be dragged out by my extroverted friends to make new buddies online. But yeah, I mean, I do like sharing video games with people, and I do like hanging out and talking about things that I'm passionate about, like video games being one of them. So to you all, thank you for watching, and thanks for hanging out and having a fun and relaxing chill time with me. It's meant a lot to me. I don't feel like I have that many chances to do that in life, or haven't had many chances to do that in life, so I really do appreciate it. And with that, this video has gone on probably way too long, so I think I'm gonna end it here. If you asked a question that I didn't get to answer, I apologize. Save it for next time, because there definitely will be a next time. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this fireside chat. The back of my neck is extremely warm right now, so I'm going to go get ready for stream. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Oh, I'm so bad at this. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. It really helps my video get seen. Subscribe. All right, bye.